Hello, and welcome to another episode of Across the Board. Tonight is episode 27. Shout out to all of you watching on multiple channels. I know some of you stayed up late, or in some cases early this morning. I really appreciate that. A lot to talk about tonight. So we're going to be giving away a horse, which I'll feature here in just a minute, courtesy of the Photo Finish team. Be talking about tool updates, and then I'll also be going through doing some breeding live and just kind of working on some new breeding strategies and walk you through my tools for that. Before we get started tonight, just wanted to say that nothing here is financial advice. I am not an expert, nor am I qualified to give any sort of financial advice. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Do your own research. These games, crypto in general, Web3 is extremely volatile. So please be careful. Good luck. All right. Big shout outs too to a handful of followers. If I didn't catch you last time, Brody69420, Andy Ace 88, Sand Macam Bastard FM, Pocono Racing, and then over on Kick, we've got Biz Pledge. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing any of these. If you're here in chat, please call me out and correct me. A Big Brain over on Kick, That Irish Guy, and Ons. Appreciate all of the follows. We got Nulls, GM, Trot on in the house as well, and Ons is here too. So thank you all for tuning in tonight. No matter where you are watching, I appreciate you. So we are in season 12 of Photo Finish. New season, new racing. Giveaway tonight, new breeding, a lot of things going on. First time here, how do I follow on Kick? There should be on my stream a place. Dagpuff, thank you for the follow, appreciate that. There should be a follow or like a heart. Look for a little heart icon, I think it is, over on Kick. But yeah, I appreciate it. So let's talk about this horse that I'm giving away tonight. So let's go ahead. Let's go check that out. So this is courtesy of the Photo Finish team. This is not coming from my stable. This is the foal of Spanish Castle Magic. This is an S- stallion, age 4, unraced from Boss Stable, as you can see. 2 stars left, 3 dirt, and 1.5 soft. Hey, Siberia, how you doing over on Twitch? Good to see you. No races. And looking at the bloodline, we have Elvis from Soulmate, and we have Spanish Castle Magic from Boss Stable. Let's refresh so we can get that. Oh, it's not being happy. There we go. Yeah, Elvis is an S, Spanish Castle Magic S-. You'll have that 1 of 1 in there, but you get an S- stallion. I think that's pretty cool. Extremely generous of the team. I'm very thankful, very grateful that they allowed me to give away this horse on stream. In order to win this, you have to do 2 things, okay? So the first thing you have to do is you need to type the word magic in chat, okay? And I'm doing my best to make sure that we get, everyone included on there. If you're on Kick, you'll be auto-entered. And then also, you need to have, so that's 1, type the word magic. 2 is you have to have a Photo Finish stable, okay? You don't have to, sign up for, put in any wallets or make any deposits. You just have to have a stable. It is free. I've gone over signups before, and it's okay. If you can still be a winner even if you aren't here. I know some people are up crazy early in the morning. That's fine. That being said, there will be, a period of time where if I can't get a hold of you or get your stable information, then we're going to re-roll it, okay? And I will do that on stream. So we got a handful of entries over on Kick. Love to see it. So we've got Trot on Racing to make sure you get entered in here. And we will be doing a wheel of names at the end of stream. So again, this will be recorded. The VODs will be available for proof. We got Dagpuff entered in as well. We've got Nulls, you are in. Ons, I see you next on the list. Welcome. You are in. Let's see who else here. Tropical Gypsies. Welcome, welcome. You are in. Thank you for entering. Great odds to win this horse right now. Let's see who we got. We got Kosho over on Twitch. Awesome. Thank you for that entry. I'm getting you in right now. Siberia's entered. Thank you. Appreciate it. Brandino in the house. Brandino, how are you doing? Long time. Welcome. Good luck. Trailblazer Racing. Shout out to you. Thank you. You are in. Oh, we got some Yeats in the house. Welcome, Wizard or Cell Medic. I butchered that horribly. Please correct me, but welcome to the stream. I don't even know where he is. Brentino says, yeah, Trot, you're already in. I got you already. Appreciate it though. Only one entry. Timbot, you are in. I feel like we're missing corgis and bread. Yeah, right. Where is Brett Smith? Maybe Brett Smith will make an appearance. Okay, how long to enter? I'm not entering, but may get some friends to join. I will be at the end of the show, so I'm gonna do like another check, and then I'll do like a call, so just in case I missed anyone. But yeah, end of stream, it will be given away. So 30 to an hour-ish ballpark. Checking the multi-stream here. Anyone over on YouTube doesn't look like it. All right. Oh, Dragon Spaceship Stables. Welcome. Timbot picked up my first horses today. Awesome. That's very exciting. Good luck. Hey, we got a bunch of new people in the house. Appreciate you all for being here. Knowles, glad you found the follow over on Kick. Thank you for that. Appreciate that very much. No matter what platform you're on, I appreciate you. Trying to get to 70 followers over on Kick so we can start to do that kind of affiliate program with them. Just because I think they do pay people out a little better. But if you're not on Kick, that's okay. Some people like Twitch better. Totally cool with that. Oh, geez, Brandino. Oh, my guy. Okay, so yes, this is the horse we'll be giving away courtesy of Photo Finish. You need to type the word magic, and then you also need to have a stable. That's all. Free, easy setup, super quick. All right, so tonight we are going to be talking about some tool updates, and we'll also be doing some breeding. I'm going to walk through a new breeding strategy that I'm going to try. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I can tweet my Kick link, Kosho. It's actually in let me pull that up for you right quick. Let me pull up that Kick right quick. It is kick.com/MJ or MJ gaming network. There we go. Okay, it doesn't look like any chatters over on X. Bryce in the house. Thank you so much, Bryce, for tuning in. Appreciate that. All right. So chat. The other thing I want to mention tonight is that the episode is sponsored by JG Web 3. He has this amazing Stable Stars series over on X. It is extremely informative, very entertaining. He's a great guy. I've known him for a very long time in the space. And you'll see that right below me right now on the crawler. So go check him out. Give him a follow. His spaces, Stable Stars, are absolutely incredible. Lots of knowledge, lots of opinions. Not quite Brandino, but close. I'm gonna drop that over in Twitch and Kick. Absolutely a real one. Great guy. Can't say enough good things about him. So please, sponsor of the show, give him a follow on X if you aren't already. All right, so talking about some tool updates and again, horse analysis. Some of you, this may be old. There are some new features. But also for newer players, this is kind of, I have a lot of people coming to me, hey, help me try and find races for my horse. Okay, I'm not someone who is going to, make predictions on where a horse can run. I don't like to deal with that. I like to deal with, what historically has a horse done and trying to look at success. Now, some kind of caveats to this. Sample size, you have to consider that. You also have to consider competition and aging as well. So keep all these things in mind. This is my website, mjinformatics.com. When you go to the homepage, you're going to pull up my tool, Horsepower. Okay, this is my racing tool, my primary racing tool. And this is basically going to give you, there's nothing super fancy here, but it's what I like to call very dense, because it's going to give you a lot of information about your horses. Now, it can be a little overwhelming, but I promise that once you start using some of these filters, things are going to start making a lot of sense. Shout out to ZY for the follow over on Twitch. Thank you very much. Stens, is MJ drinking water out of a wine glass? What a waste of a wine glass. I am. And you know what? I honestly appreciate you calling me out. In fact, I might have to get some wine now. You know, trying to stay hydrated over here. But if you're going to call me out like that, Stens, I'm going to have to get some. Takdi, welcome. I mean, the water's now empty, so I feel like I have no other choice. All right. So, when you load up Horsepower, the first horse that is going to Sumbo D, I got you in here. Nulls, I'm going to circle back to you in a second. We are going to do questions and reviews and analysis at the end. Just want to kind of high level go over things first. It's actually a wine glass, and I actually got it from a wine event. But you could absolutely use whiskey in here. Yeah, Sumbo D, you are in. Nulls says, run through tools. Can use Autumn Drizzle. An example. Give me advice on her. So, I'm going to use Cheeky G just because I think there are some very clear examples. I will go into Autumn Drizzle for sure. And if I don't, or if I forget, please remind me, Nulls. All right, so Cheeky G, one of my horses. Again, like I said, you're going to be presented with a lot of information up front. A lot of charts, a lot of figures. The first thing I like to do when looking at any horse on here is to select the grade. So it's going to say this top filter became weird. I think it's due to some update that's out of my control. I'm going to look into fixing it. But essentially what you want to do is it's going to say the grade of your horse, but really what's selected is all. You want to go down to your grade and you want to click that, because what that is going to do is it's going to filter. It's not going to change anything up here, but it's going to change these charts down here. So when you look at how your horse performs against the field or the grade, it's going to be very different. So for example, all right, we're going to go off. We're going to go back to all. And for Cheeky G, we're going to say, okay, well, 10, 11, 12 look good, but they're kind of within that average. You know, box and whisker, you want to be kind of above where the gray line changes, ideally. And then if you're outside of the boxes, that's even better. And here we're kind of up and down all over the place, a little better at the further distances. Now, when I switch this to A, and it's easier, I'm super zoomed in for the stream. It's a little easier when you're not super zoomed in. You can actually like see the changes better. But when I switch this over to A, now you're going to see that these balls over here on the everyone's favorite stream word, I even distracted myself from it. They are now outside of those boxes. So for A horses, his fleet figures are very good. 12, his speed in miles per hour is very good. 11, not so much. That's okay. 10, pretty good. 9, not bad. So, and you can kind of see how this trends up. Now, this isn't bulletproof, but this is something I look for if a horse doesn't have many races, is where are the fleet figures trending? So, hey, this horse, you know, if I didn't have 10, 11, 12 raced yet, but I see 5 was absolutely dog water. And, you know, we have right here, then the next red ball is at 7, then 8, then 9, and it starts to go up. I'm thinking, hey, maybe there's something here. Let's continue to kind of push that boundary. And so the first thing I'm going to do, set that grade. Then we got people talking about dog water and balls. I'm just getting bombarded all over chat here. The second thing I want to do is to, was injured. I'm totally sober tonight, I swear. At least right now. Was switching injured to false. Because again, that's going to just tighten things up a little bit more. Not too much of a visible effect there. So, those two things in place right now. The next thing I want to do is I want to look for my colors. I want to look for greens and reds. So, I see I have 28 races. My win is a red. Not necessarily bad here. 25% isn't horrible. But podium 54% and profitable. So that's great. Then I want to look at distances. And here I can pretty clearly see that, it's like 8, 10, 11, 12. There's some profit here with it heavily being in 10, but I also ran the most races at 10. So I'm going to take a look. 14 races, averaging 10 horses per race. So that's a pretty good, field size. Things I'm looking for that could skew things. Is it, 4, 5, 6 horse fields, smaller fields? So that's kind of what I'm looking at there. Then position. So I'm finishing third out of 10 horses on average. Okay, not bad. Average finish percent. So in a 10 horse race, if my finish percent is 10%, that means I finish first. If it's 50, that means I finish fifth. Here's how often I win, how often I hit the podium for first, second, or third. My speed, the average race age. So something to keep in mind too, like when I'm racing, did I race this distance previous season? Did I race it current season? How does my current horse age of 3 compared to what I'm racing against? Am I racing, am I 6 and I'm racing against a bunch of 3-year-olds and just getting smoked? Something to consider. And then you look at the race fleet figures, and then these next 3 columns are how I'm racing. So average here is a 61 race fleet figure. The median that I'm racing is at 64, so which is nice. Whereas if you look here, the average at 7 furlongs is 59. I'm racing at 56. So again, something to consider. And there's not one single element or thing that I say, yes, this is the definitive, you have to do this and then you'll be successful. No, it's like a puzzle. You've got to take all the pieces, bring them together. Farhat, welcome. How you doing? One of the OG original followers. Appreciate you being here. Very nice to see you. All right, so then these next charts. Average finish percent, we talked about that. And then the top is going to be a label of what types of tracks you've run on. So left turning dirt, this is a left dirt soft horse. You can kind of see good, yielding, soft, sloppy, how it's finished. So yielding and sloppy seem to be better. Now, does that mean it's all sort of wonky? Why? How does this make sense? Don't know. You could look at race types. You could look at race difficulty. You could look at benchmarks. There are a lot of different factors. Just looking at this in isolation doesn't mean that this horse cannot run on soft condition races. Not necessarily true. Then we have allowance, handicap, and stakes. Again, looking at race type. This one I find very important. When people message me and DM me and ask me about, races, I see a lot of, well, you're racing grade 1, grade 2, and it's pretty clear that you can't race in those. You're just not performing well. So that's a clear indicator for me with a lot of new people that message me, or just, people that reach out and say, hey, why am I struggling? Be aware of the types of races you are entering in. And the next one is looking at kind of your benchmarks. So non-benchmark races versus benchmark 65, benchmark 66. My benchmark rating is being a little silly lately. I had to update some code. I'm in the process of updating a lot of code. You may see my Twitter in terms of like updates be a little quieter lately than it has been in the past. I'm making a lot of backend changes to kind of move things more towards the cloud and less locally. So there's going to be some hiccups along the way, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So compare that to your benchmark. So I have not done great in benchmark races with this horse. Tetris Kitten, you are entered in the free horse giveaway. Thank you for entering. Appreciate that. And then we've got, okay, average fleet figure. So here's your average fleet figure by year. So this is live age. And chat, I see some questions pop up, some things. I'll get to you as soon as I get through all the different charts. I want to explain this all first, but I appreciate you. I see you. I'll be with you soon. So live age. So when the horse is 1, cool. And then when the horse is 2, so you can kind of see what I want to see here is, in a perfect world, fleet figure goes up, finish position goes down, because that's a good thing, and then profit goes up. So this horse is raced pretty well. We've talked about speed, miles per hour. We've talked about fleet figures. This is also something new that I don't think I've talked about on stream, is I just got very sidetracked by a comment from Rock Burgundy in chat. I love it though. I love it. So this is kind of looking at your distribution of finishes. Are you in the top, 0%, 25%, 50, or 75? Kind of what bin or bucket are you in? 0 doesn't mean you win all the time. Just means you're 0 to 25, 25 to 50, 50 to 75, 75 to 100. So another thing I like to look at is when I look down here, well, at 7 furlongs, I did really well, and then I did really poorly. Same thing at 8. 9, kind of middle in the pack, but again, very small sample sizes. But when I look at 10, wow, okay, this is pretty stacked in front. That's looking pretty good to me. So was 11. I see 0 and 25. I'm feeling pretty good about that there. And then 12 too, like had a nice race there. So then what I would essentially do is if I didn't have greens across the board, I would then drill down and start to filter and start to look into that. We're going to start doing that now. We can do that a little later. If you have questions, I'm going to try and circle back to them later in the show. A few things I want to get to, but I'm going to get this this horse, Autumn Drizzle, in here, and then I'll answer some questions from chat. I want to get these new entrants into the giveaway. We've got Belle in as well. That was fun to say. And then we've got that Irish guy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you all being here. I'm going to switch over to Twitch chat here for a second. Just want to catch up a lot of messages here. Tuckdy says, how long does it take for Juvie data to load? I've been using the site, but notice when entering Juvie horses, data doesn't come up. It depends on the age. There's about a day delay for those races. If you give me a specific horse, I can look into it. If something's looking goofy still, more than happy to diagnose that further for you. Brindino says, MVG is going to make a comeback. Love to see it. I hope so. Jacked Baller, thank you, first time chatter. MJ, I'm curious. I'm about to breed Shiv. Oh, Shiv Wamsgams. Love Succession. Looking at Pelennor Fields, Rose of Zion, and Dozer. Can you please provide your opinion when we talk about breeding? If I don't remember this, get back to me. I would love to talk about this with you. Brandino says, when Dart stops being a twat, try to get him to start streaming this year. Grab his stuff when back up in the States. What a turd. Fire MVG back up. Give the people what they want. I agree, Bryce. Hey, Ertoga, how you doing? Timbot, thank you for the follow. Blake C85, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. I think I would spank MJ too hard at photo finish. Go, bring it, bring it. That's why I haven't pushed Dart too hard to come back. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Thank you, Belle. I appreciate that. Belle says, love the tools, MJ. Bag says, this episode being recorded. Yes, it is. So it'll be live on VODs on both Kick and Twitch. It'll be pinned to my X profile, and it'll be on YouTube buried. I need to update all that metadata on YouTube. So yes, this will be up. Don't worry, you will be able to find that. Okay, so let's look at Autumn Drizzle. So what I'm going to do here, we had some filters in place. I'm just going to refresh, and then I'll plug Autumn Drizzle in. Stens, if you're still here, what wine do you like, and what wine should I have? We'll see if I have it. But I'm curious. I mean, you called me out on it, so I feel like pick a wine. I don't have anything too exotic, but I have a decent selection. I think I've got like I have a decent selection. All right. So Autumn Drizzle. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to hit that A+. Then I'm going to look at was injured. Set that to false. Let that little blue circle spin. Then while that's going, I'm going to click that. I'm going to view this horse on photo finish. Okay, retired, pregnant. Nels, what advice are you looking for here? Are you looking for breeding advice, or were you looking at how I would use my racing tool with this horse? Just curious about that. What do we got? 12. Yeah, 12 and 12. Okay. Breeding advice. Okay, so we'll get to breeding advice. And if anyone has racing advice, let me know. We can circle back and use this tool. So when we talk about breeding, I'm first going to go through my own breeds, and then I will do chat breeds, and we can talk about that in different angles. So when we're going to go to the big screen for this, when talking about breeding and looking at breeding, I don't have a definitive, this is the best way to do breeding. This is my breeding disclaimer. I've done breeding a handful of different ways. I've done it slow. I've done it fast. I prefer slow. I'm a pref maxi. And I just think that's what I like. I'll get there when I get there. I also like to do there's one breeding strategy that I'm trying right now, which I've hinted at on X. And it's not something I want to like openly push yet until I get a little more data behind it. But early it's showing it's showing like there could be some promise. The horse, if you're interested in learning more before I either say, hey, this was great, or hey, this was a bust, which it very well could be a bust, is Siberia. Let me know what, give me some horse names and I'll check it out. I do like it slow and thoughtful, Trot. You're right. I really do. Is look at my horse Origami in my stable. And kind of see what I'm doing there. So in the past, when I have two breeding tools, and it's two really different kind of ways of approaching breeding. One being looking at just kind of like the matches, looking at the stud barn. The other would be looking at performance. So I usually go stud barn first, then performance. Tonight, I'm going to flip that. I'm going to go opposite, okay? I don't know what's out there. I don't have a set plan. This is going to be very off the cuff. So we will check that out in a minute. But in the meantime, I'm going to go grab Pinot. I have to have Pinot. I love Pinot. And for Sten's calling me out, and I will get that. Oh, I think I know why the juveniles are not in. I'm having some trouble with the new crop this season. Give me a few days and those will show up. So anyone who's having trouble with newer horses, they will come. Let me just. All right. Yes, I will adjust that. Do not worry about that, chat. It will be fixed, and I'll tweet about it when it is done. Thank you for letting me know. Jizz Biscuit. Thank you. You are entered. All right, time to get some wine, and we're going to talk breeding. All right. Jizz Biscuit, you are in for the giveaway. Be right back, chat. Don't go anywhere. All right, chat. I'm back with wine. Thank you, Stens. Drinking. I couldn't find Pinot. I think I brought it to my parents for the holidays. This is Enfield Wine Co. 2015 Tempranillo. Shake Ridge Ranch. It's dripping all over me. Amador County. Amador. Santa Rosa, California. Some purple drink. Krebarian. I butchered your name so horribly. You are in the giveaway for the horse. Hiratoga, you are in the giveaway for the horse. Whoa. All right. The list is growing. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. That's nice. This pledge, you are in. Were you in already? You're not in already. All right, we're gonna get you in. Then we're gonna talk breeding. We are going to talk breeding. All right. Okay. So, going to start things a little differently. We're gonna start today with the breeder board. Well, first let's take a look and see what horse what horse should I stable. All right, so let's pull up my stable here. Why is that not revealed? Here we go, chat. Okay. So if we look at, oh, my filters aren't here. Retired. Let's look at, okay, who's available? Go Trinket. Let's take a look at Trinket. Let's see what Trinket has to offer. Trinket or Bambera? Let's do Bambera. Let's do Trinket. Yeah, let me know. I want you to pick Trinket or Bambera. Let me know. Well, that's the one I'll breed with tonight. Let me know. No audio. Mo. Okay. Gotcha. Chat, make sure you can. Yeah, looks like I'm going. Bambera. Okay, I'm seeing Bamberas. I'm seeing Bamberas all over here. All right, we can do Bambera. Oh, now we got a Trinket. We're gonna do Bambera tonight. Yeah, we're gonna do Bambera tonight, chat. And yeah, okay. I know the reason why those juveniles are not showing up. All right, so we're gonna breed with Bambera. All right, so let's go back. Let's take a look at Bambera here. All right, so Bambera A-, age 12, Gen 0, 1 start, 3 speed, 2 stamina, 3 finish, 2 heart, 2 temper. Those are the boosts. Grade, we've got a B+ start, A speed, A- stamina, A finish, A- heart, A- temper. 3 left, 2.5 dirt, 2.5 soft, 4 starts, and 3 podiums. Largest purse 4,900, career earnings 7,100. Sorry, Hans. All right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do things a little backwards, a little differently this time. So we're gonna go, instead of starting at the breed barn, we're gonna go to the breeder board. I'm gonna throw this link in chat for everybody. Blake, how to enter the giveaway? Just type the word magic. And you will be entered. All right, so I know that Bambera is LDS A-. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna try here is a little differently. Is I'm gonna look at A-. I'm gonna go start on the dam side and start with A-. And then the track pref of the we're gonna go LDS here. And then we're also going to go Sire of LDS. And then for the Sire grades, I'm just going to get rid of all of the Bs. No hate on the Bs. I've got a bunch of Bs in my stable. Ignite ya. You are entered in the giveaway. A lot of people in this love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Jacked, make sure I got you in here. All right, Jacked, you are entered in. If you type the word magic and I don't confirm that you are entered in, please let me know. Blake, you are in. All right. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to say, all right, my horse is an A minus. And LDS, I want to look at other LDS horses, and then I also want to see like how those breeds have gone, right? So we have multiple grades. I'm up in grade. Let's look at all those different races. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down. Oh, I'm too zoomed in, chat. I'm too zoomed in. We might zoom out one. See if we can get it. There it is. So now I'm going to look over here at the, whoop, don't want to click that. Look at the sires. In the bottom left here, the sires kind of column. And I'm going to sort, I'm just click this a few times. This is the full win rate. And you have to have a full that has raced in order to show up down here. Otherwise it will, or sorry, just to have a, full that has raced to show up down here. Otherwise it will not show up. So for LDS, I see that now the horses that are listed here are going to be the horses that fit the criteria that I've entered. The from, so example, from A minus dam, and then but the races will be all horses in general, so you can kind of get an idea. So I look at Usain Colt. You know, I'm gonna get rid of A minus too. I'm gonna go up a little bit. I'm gonna go up a bit. Get rid of A's as well. No shame, no shame. Again, this the way I'm doing this now is I've never done it this way before. I am in kind of this stage of the game. I'm testing out new theories. This is not a guarantee that this breed is going to be a monster. Not by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just trying something different, walking you through on chat, showing you how to use the tools, where you can hopefully find value for the way that you want to try and race and or breed your horses. Let's see here. What? Oh, I getting ya. Oh, nice. Okay, I got you. Thank you for the correction. I appreciate that over on Kick. All right, so let's take a look here. Gosh, I'm the worst at names. Cute color Falat. 2 horses, 6 races. So very low. No fillies. Again, not that that means anything, but Usain Colt with a lot of races. The Muffin Man with a lot of races. Eclipse. Cool. Bad Attitude, Black Magic. So like these are, you know, horses that have done well. Let's look at Bambera. Let's look at the progeny. Who has this horse bred with? So if we look at, and there's actually a way we can do this pretty quickly on here. So you see Bambera over on the dam side. And if I just click Bambera, again, lots of tips here. So you can see right now that of the criteria that I have entered, Azud, Fat Bastard, Lord Strange, and Jaja Ding Dong. Which, what a wonderful name. And you can now, if I scroll up here, you can see all of the different horses here. So we can look at grade improvements, races, win percent, story of my life with the Zood. Crushed. 58. Wow. So, I mean, that might be something I consider. If I can try and replicate this, if I get like an A+ female, that looks really nice. That looks really, really nice. Okay, so of those that I was looking at, it doesn't look like any of those top performers were in the list of what was previously bred. Azud, Fat Bastard, Jaja, Lord Strange. So now we've got this sort. I've got kind of this little list on the left. I'm going to open in a new tab. I'm going to go over to the breed barn. And hey, King Console, welcome. I'm going to drop this link over in chat for everyone. And so in the breed barn now, and again, it doesn't look like it, and it's a pain in the ass, but there's going to be, when you highlight these names, these are just the preloaded horses. Just go to the end of the gray box, and you're going to see your cursor change. Just click. And it will remove. All right, so Bam Bera. Perfect. All right, so we've got our details in here. So then I want to kind of trim down this stud barn a little bit. So I'm just going to do some of the matching that I did on the other tools. So we'll get rid of A-, we'll get rid of the B's, A- and A, we'll get rid of the B's. Perfect. All right, and then this was LDS. All right. So now this is kind of give me an idea of what the stud barn is looking like. Okay, so if I were to look at, and this is sorted, I believe, by name. So if we look back at the other tool, some horses that showed up were starts with a C, and I'm going to butcher that horribly, and this should be in here. There it is. That's a 4,000 breed. Okay, so that's at the floor. That's not bad. That's something I would definitely consider. Let's take a look at Usain Colt and the Muffin Man. So we'll just do some scrolling on the right. Again, it's all in alphabetical order. There's the Muffin Man, 6,000. Okay. Usain Colt is not showing in here yet. So maybe pulled out, maybe in-house. TBD on that. But one thing I'm going to do is I don't have necessarily a ton of money for breeding, so I'm just going to cut this down to 10,000. So we know that horse will stay in there. What other horses were there? There's Eclipse, Bad Attitude. Let's see. Eclipse has got to be in here. Unless that's sold out already. I think it did. Let's go ahead and check chat. Come on now. Breeding. Always check in here. Oh, Eclipse is here for 12. And we've still got some breeds left. Have to check that update as well. Yeah. Oh, that's right. More than 10K. Duh. Thank you, Bags. Appreciate that. So that's going to filter out some things. So this might kind of break things a little bit, but I also want to say, okay, I've got 3 direction, 2.5, 2.5. I want to make sure that we are, oh, I did 2.6. Like I said, I'm a pref guy. So I'm gonna go 2.5s across the board. Not 20. Get out of here, Cord. And then condition, we'll do that at 2.5 as well. All right. So, I mean, this horse, the Cucular Falat, which I'm butchering the shit out of. I see 3, 3, 2.5, 104 races, fleet figure 71, 10 siblings, 22.5 boosts. That means it's Gen 0, 2 attribute matches, 1 GAC, which isn't bad. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to plug this horse in. CUKOR. A lot. All right, so now what I'm going to take a look at here is a few things, and this is kind of like the tool rundown, going a little bit more in depth here on some of these features. So one, I get to look at and say, okay, you know, parents, there's no matches there. The tracks preferences match up. I can look at the different grades. I'm not going to focus as much on these because you'll get that below. Average siblings 10 and 10. Races a lot. max fleet figure, average fleet figure, profit. There is kind of similarly. But this had a much higher ceiling, it looks like. Average profit per race, boosts, and attribute. Again, this only had 4 races, so it's kind of skewing things. But I think what's important here, we'll move down. It gets better as we go through, is looking at the full lineage tracking. Now, yes, you're going to have to kind of eyeball it here, but we can see right here that these parents are the same, 6537, 6537. That tells me that this is not going to work because then this will be inbred. So we are removing that horse from the list. We are moving down. Let's look at now Usain Colt. Let's see if Usain fits in our criteria. Does not. Muffin Man does. Muffin Man does. 6,000. It's a little pricier, but 3, 3, 2.5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out this horse, whose name I'm going to not butcher again. I'm going to add in the Muffin Man. Nulls. And we're going to now check this out. We say, okay, cool. Father. Okay, no match. None of these look the same. Scrolling over, 4476. Nope. Okay, cool. All good. So now we have Simuful. So Simuful is just the average. Okay, it's not a guarantee. It's not a promise in any way. But we can say, okay, A plus or A. Okay, that's what's to be expected. A minus, A plus speed, A stamina, finish, S minus, A plus heart, and temper should remain in A. So I'm going to say, okay, now then the tracks, and it's all cut off because I'm so zoomed in. But I expect a 3, 2.5 to a 3, and then probably a 2.5 there at the end. We can see both parents have 2.5. Okay, that's to be expected. Both very lightly raced. In fact, I'm going to now narrow this to 6,000. But what we can see here is that while, fleet figure went up, so did the finish percent, which I don't love. So now if I narrow this down to just 6,000, we can see here, we look at GAC's -2, which I don't love. The thing I'm going to do, now that I know both these horses, I'm trying to breed on preference. I want to see if they raced on preference, so I'm going to click this, scroll down to true. And we can see, okay, so it looks like in its second year, it did not really race much on preference, which would explain why that finish percent went higher. So I don't necessarily love it. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to the breeder board and say, okay, well, Muffin Man, Ness minus. It's horses, its offspring did pretty well. But I'm going to now apply some of these filters to the stud barn down below. So I did the 6,000. That GAC is -4, which is the grade above counter. So it just looks at if a horse's grade is A, what is for each individual kind of subgrade, are those higher or lower? And it doesn't take into account how much higher, how much lower. It just says, are they higher or lower? So if a horse's grade is A and its start is A minus, that's a -1. If its speed is A, then it's still at -1 because that speed of A is 0. If its stamina is an A plus, then its overall GAC is going to go to 0, right? So now we're looking at, -2 there. And I want to say, well, let's look at most, we'll say 20 siblings. And then it doesn't have matches because it's not Gen 0. But I'm really just trying to filter this down. And I'll do a sort by GAC. Okay, so Story of My Life, which actually bred with Bambera, is the highest GAC that came out of this. With the Zood, and that's A plus A, S minus, S minus, S. Holy mother nuggets. Look at those stats, chat. I mean, this makes me wonder if I should go back to a Zood. Absolutely wild. podiumed 60% of the time, 59% of the time. That's wild. Zood is here. I mean, that's 550 right now. That's kind of tempting to go back because I don't think in my stable I have if you look at Bowls, LDS, Bowl of Bambera. That's with Lord Strange. Bowl of Bambera. Vinaigrette. And then there's Cheeky G with Jaja Ding Dong. And then Song of Swing is with Execute. That was a fun breed. All right, so Azud is really tempting me right now. I'm not gonna lie. Azud is really tempting me just because of this. If you look at Azud, like that is a huge breed up, chat. Because Bambera doesn't have any S in it at all. I mean, again, that just could be a random, dice roll lottery hit. And Azud only has an S- finish and an S- temper. Yet this horse had S- heart, finish, stamina, and speed. Wow. Dan JD says Cheeky G was my nemesis last season. Love Cheeky G. Having a lot of fun with that horse. All right, so I might go back to Azud. If we click Bambera again, how many Azud breeds have we had? Had two. Barbera did not go well. And Story of My Life. So Story of My Life just could be an outlier. But wow, what a nice horse. Well done. Well done. All right, we're going to do something a little different. We can't do a Zood. Let's take a look at, let's see, I've done Fat Bastard. And that's not been great, it looks like. Both A+. So let's just love that horse. Nice. I'm so POV. Love that. Let's look at what's Denim Diamond. It's an A, that's 4,000 A+, speed, stamina. This one looks tempting, chat. 2 GAC, 2 attribute match. Low sibling. Denim Diamond. Let's look at that. 32 people said it was expensive at the time. Nice. Okay, so Denim Diamond did not do well. 7 races in year 2 did not do well. Fleet figures went down. Something might have happened there. We can look into that separately if we really wanted to by using horsepower. Oh, dang, this horse. Oh, 23 boost, 2 attribute match, 3, 3, 2.5. I like Denim Diamond. Let's just double check the lineage here. Yep, Gen 0, so I don't have to worry about anything else. There's no match there. A+, A-, K, 3, 2. Yep, that's still looking good. Oh, injury risk. I didn't talk about that. If a horse has injuries, it's going to look at the average for the population of horses and compare that. And if you're at the average, it's going to say, hey, there's an injury risk. If you're below, there might be a slight one. If there's not, it's going to say no risk present. Again, double check everything. But yeah, I think Denim Diamond is looking fun, chat. Is looking fun. So I'm going to go back to PFL. We're going to go to breeding. We'll see if Denim is still there. Yeah, listed 4,000 soulmate. Select Bambera, confirm. I think we're going to do this, chat. I think we're going to do this. No 1 of 1. I like this. I like this a lot, chat. I'm excited about this. Coach says, don't do it. Denim is awful. Fooled me once. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. So we'll get rid of that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Denim is awful. Let's just go here. Diamond. And then I'm going to clear these. I'll clear that grade from there. If you look at denim diamond, we're going to scroll back down to the bottom. 54% Philly, 63 horses. This horse has bred a fuck ton. Full win rate of 10%. That's not great. Full races 2,000. I mean, that's pretty flat. So it sounds like, so what I see, like when I say this is pretty flat, to me this says that it's probably going to be breeding about, in terms of its preferences, the track preferences, about what you would expect it to breed at. The grade is pretty flat here. This can be skewed by if you breed up or down. Interesting. So if it has 63 horses, only show better foals. See how many of those are actually better. Nice, love that, Knowles. So 23 out of the 63 have bred better. Now, if we go back, how is it bred with A- horses? A- females? Whoa, that is a name and a half. Over on yeah, Trot, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Hasn't really bred with many. Hasn't really bred with many. I get it's not winning. I don't know why, but I'm still tempted by this. I'm still tempted by this. Let's see what Twitch has to say about this. Click to show. I think injury risk can probably be optional. The OG threw in a tirade about it a long time ago, and now it's basically user error. Yeah, absolutely. The function of the horse's genes. Oh, good to know. Good to know. Sorry, for that timeout there, Kosho. We can pull this up separately. See what you sent there. Diamond in the rough. It looks like that was your stable, your horse, possibly. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it, chat. I'm gonna try it. And then we still have our horse giveaway to do. And I want to try and get, okay, we're right at 7. Gonna wrap things up pretty soon. I'm gonna do denim. I'm gonna do denim. It's gonna bite me. I'm gonna regret it, but I'm gonna do denim, chat. Done. Locked in. Denim. Just a reminder, giveaway coming soon. We are going to be giving away this wonderful horse courtesy of the Photo Finish team, full of Spanish castle magic. So you get to name it, you get to race it. It's 4 years old, S-. I need you to type the word magic in chat. She's been good mare for me. Nice, Apple Diamond. Yes, type the word magic in chat. And I will get you in. Grandpa's Do It Better. Welcome. First time chat. Thank you. Yes, it is locked in. All right, we got Belazy 167. You are entered in. We've got KC Racing. You are in. We've got Large Snorlax. You are in. Again, chat, please make sure I confirm your name. CMix7, you are in. Flats Rollout, you are in. Grandpa's Do It Better, you are in. Neat 99, you are in. Chat keeps glitching. TNA Syndicate. You are in. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So we had some questions about horses to review and talk about. Now, I will say, and you want it from a breeding perspective, I don't like giving breeding and performance. Wizard, you are in. Thank you all for being honest and just entering once. I appreciate it. I don't like giving breeding recommendations necessarily because one, you're going to have your own strategies. Two, there's not a clear, this is the best way to breed. This is what you have to do. So for those of you that want breeding advice, I'm happy to talk through some things and talk through some options. But I'm not going to say this is the breed you have to do. So, there was a horse in the beginning, Autumn Drizzle from Nulls Nulls. So if you're still here, Nulls Nulls, let me know. Let me know what your breeding goals are. So, like, are you a pref maxi? Are you trying to breed fast? Are you trying to breed slow? Like, what is your kind of objective? Yeah, Dan JD. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. Having some trouble with the juveniles at the moment, but how old is the horse and what is the horse name? And if for whatever reason there's a horse you want me to review in terms of racing, and I haven't done so tonight, please let me know. And you can always DM me on X, shoot me a message on Discord. Happy to, have those one-off conversations as well. I'll walk you through my process. I'll talk you through what I do. And absolutely, again, not financial advice. It's not a guarantee, but I can point you in a direction for how I kind of look at things. Neat99, thank you for the follow. Jizz Biscuit, thank you for the follow. That's a name and a half. Let's see, who else do we have here? CMIC7, thank you for the follow. Lazy, thank you for the follow over on Kick. I really appreciate that. We are one away from 50 followers on Kick. That is so exciting. Grandpa's Do It Better says, will this Twitch stream be recorded? I'd like to review later how you filtered on your site. Yeah, absolutely. Again, this is a completely new way. I haven't filtered this way before. It's not the best way to filter, but it's a way. Yes, so it'll be on X, it'll be on YouTube, it'll be in my VODs on Kick and Twitch. It will be everywhere. Yeah, Terax would be great to look at. So let's see what we can do for Terax. And I'll wait for if Nulls Nulls is still here to respond. Bell says, I'm a Prefmax ID stable like you. Bellazzy says, 2 B- max Pref Gen 0 bred. How does it look? It really depends. It really depends. Love the tool. Thank you, Anza. Appreciate that. I get ya. Thank you for the follow over on Kick. You are number 50. We are 20 away from being able to hit that affiliate program. I really appreciate that. Let's see. Eric's gonna pull this up and I'll switch over. Don't worry, chat. We'll get back over to it. Biscuit, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Again, my DMs are open. Please feel free to reach out. All right, so let's take a look at Terax here. All right, so I've got Terax. I plugged in the name. Again, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the grade. And then we're going to go to was injured. Hit that to false. And I just want to confirm, if we look down, I'm just going to check the age. So got to update live age as well. So we're just going to click this. We've got 22 races. We've got 19 here. Let's go. Let's expand this out a little bit. Might be missing 1 or 2. There we go. There's 21. We'll drop this back. Now, I like having the dates as tight as possible to like when your horse race, because that's going to adjust these charts down at the bottom, and they're going to get bigger and smaller because it adapts as the ecosystem adapts. So it looks like we got 21 out of 22. And And you raced today. So today's race probably just isn't in here. So we're going to tighten this up a little bit. That last, when was your first race? 115. Okay. And again, just click the chart. It becomes easy. We'll just go the 14th. All right. And let's just confirm this. So we're currently at 64. So you were at 62 benchmark. You're now at 62. Or sorry, you were at 62 benchmark. You're now at a 64 benchmark rating. All right. So we've got the grade filter in place. We've got the injury filter in place. Happy with the amount of races we're seeing here. And then we take a look at, sorry, I got a little Discord message there. So we're going to start to look down, scroll through, and I'm going to take a look at the balls. And you're going to see, okay, 10, 11, 12 seem to be a little bit higher, but not great. And we're seeing that 11 and 12. If we scroll up, let's look at 12. We've got green. Nothing is really standing out here. If we look at the preferences, 2.5, 2.5, 1.5. Let's look at event type. So one thing I like to do is I want to filter out, I don't see any maidens in here. So I'm going to filter out claiming, just see how that changes things. And I'm going to look here in the top right. So 529 minus 36,000. Okay, so that actually went down. So it looks like claimers could be okay. Let's look at allowance and handicap though. Let's get rid of stakes. I just kind of want to see, because I'm seeing a lot of signs of some mismanagement here. I'm not saying you're a bad racer, bad owner, or anything like that. So we're seeing some things off preference. We're seeing a lot of benchmark races. I would get rid of those. I would not race benchmark races. I would not race off preference. You see soft, sloppy, okay, 4 and 2. You see the fleet figures go up once we get more on preference. And the profit improves, but you're still in the negative. So you're at 5, 10, 12. That's a very small sample size. I would, and we look here, I mean, there really isn't much here. So let's flip to just do claiming. And we'll just see what that looks like. Yeah, there's a lot of noise on this horse. I got a question over in Discord, actually, from Trot On. Very generous of him to say this. Was going to throw you some subs on Kick, but it doesn't seem to give me the option. Do you not have them enabled? No, I do not have them enabled on Kick, on Twitch. I don't have them enabled on Twitch because I want to be able to stream on as many platforms as possible. Kick doesn't care if I stream on multiple platforms. Twitch does. So in order to kind of comply and play nice with them, I don't have those enabled. However, I do have... and I do not have them enabled on Kick because I don't have enough followers yet on Kick. I only have 50 followers. I need to hit 70, I believe, in order to get there. So if we just click that, I can click overdo it and see what it says. But I believe it is 70. And the Kick site is not wanting to load right now, but that's okay. But yes, I believe it's 70. I believe I'm 20 away. So if we look at claimers, you can see there's definitely some things off preference. We're going to get rid of that. We can see that it was raced. It wasn't raced on preference yet in claimers. And so one reason why, and this is a good illustration of this actually, why I like finish percent over position is because we can see, wow, if you're just to look at the position, this horse is crushing it. It's getting tons of third places. But in reality, it's racing against 4 and 5 horse fields. And so that's not going to be super great for performance and for profitability. So I think this is a good illustration of that. My answer, to give you an answer, Dan JD96, I don't have a recommendation. Nothing is standing out for me at this time. I would say, need some data. Let's clean up the preferences. Let's start to race if you want to, I'm not saying you should race. I'm not going to guarantee any sort of profit. That you should consider if you want to race, not financial advice, throwing all the disclaimers and disclosures at this here, that like consider looking at handicap races, allowance races on preference, non-benchmark, and just see what happens. Try and get a little bit more data. That's what I would recommend to you. I don't see a lot that excites me with this horse right now, just being totally honest with you. That is just kind of my opinion there. Any other questions, chat? Whether it's horse reviews, talking about breeding, thoughts. Again, like we can talk about, if you have a horse, we can talk about different breeding strategies, what's available on the market. More than happy to do that. But again, I don't want to say, hey, breed with this horse, because I can't definitively say that. And I don't ever want to, mislead anyone, especially when, money is involved. It doesn't feel right. It's not how I operate. It's not how I've built my community. So yeah. All right. We're going to do this giveaway then. All right. So just confirming. Oh, we've got the lazy. Just let me make sure you're in here. Lazy, you are in here. Okay. I saw the entry on X. Thank you for doing that. Appreciate you watching on multiple platforms, but it's in there. Yes, Siberia. Sorry, you might have missed that earlier. So juvenile horses, I would expect, and I know why they're not in there, within the next 48 hours. That will be Saturday. Yes, expect that within the next 48 hours. They will be in the racing tool. Yep. No problem. DK167, thank you for the follow over on Kick. All right, so we're going to bring over the Wheel of Names. And we are going to get this set up. All right, I have everyone's name in here. This is for an S- horse. And then just make sure, give everyone a second. Take a look at this, and while I'll do that, I'll excuse me. I'll just flat roll out here in chat and just make sure you're in here. Yeah, no problem. No problem, Dan JD. Let's see. Are you in here, Dan? You are not. Let's get you in here. Dan JD 96, you are in. All right. I'll make sure we can see that. And again, just everyone here. There you go. Look at that chat. You should see it at the bottom. And we got Senior Urbatron in here. CMIC Racing, thank you so much for the follow. Patton 77777777777. Thank you for the follow. Appreciated that. Dan JD, thank you for the follow over on Kick. Rookie Trailblazer Racing, thank you for the follow. Again, all right, make sure you're in here. Collector of Souls is your horse. Okay, how do you dial in a horse distance? I feel like I have the right distance and assume I have a bad horse. I'm curious how you figure out distance pref. So I look at it more than just distance. To me, it's a mix of distance and conditions and field size. Like I said, I make the analogy that it's many pieces to a puzzle, and there isn't just one, magic bullet or button you can press and say, yep, this is it, got it dialed in, ready to go. Some horses have strong singular preference. Some horses, especially early on, might show preferences towards multiple distances. We can definitely take a look at Collector of Souls after this giveaway. But again, speak now, forever hold your peace, chat. Dan JD, can I get a confirmation you see your name in here? It should be second from the bottom. Just want to get your approval there. We will fire this thing off. Waiting. Gonna pour some wine. His pledge says, I see Dan JD. All right, again, you need to have a stable, and you need it to say measure. Okay, perfect. Got the confirmation over on Kick. They see it. All right, we're going to go ahead and spin this wheel, chat. Here we go. Good luck, everyone. Chat, can I see some support for our fellow photo finish stablemates and horse owners in here? Wishing people luck. Let's get excited for this winner, okay? This is an S- horse, courtesy of Photo Finish itself. Really appreciate the generosity there from the team. Very, very kind of them. Here we go, chat. We are spinning. We are spinning. And the winner is... Love to see that support. Blake C. Congratulations, Blake. You are our winner of the S- horse, courtesy of Photo Finish. Blake, you have 1 week to message me and get me your Photo Finish stable ID. Wow, okay, you are here in chat. I see you there over on Twitch. Okay, so you can message me here. You can just drop your stable ID. Yes, perfect. Thank you, Bryce. Appreciate that. Message Bryce, I think, or message me on X if you would like. I just want to make sure we're going to stick around for a bit. I'm going to look at Collector of Souls while we get that sorted. We can get that sorted here. Love the support. Appreciate Bell, Ons, Nulls, Irish Guy, Biz Pledge, Dan JD, I Getting Ya, Ons, over on Kick. I love to see that. I love when my community supports each other. We lift each other up. That makes me so happy. Blake even said good luck. And you won. Congratulations. Trailblazer, thank you. Flat Rollout, thank you. Large Snorlax, thank you. Grandpa's Do It Better, thank you. Siberia, thank you. Hertoga, thank you. Bryce and Photo Finish team, thank you. Really, really appreciate that. Oh, Blake, okay. Bryce, I'm gonna get this over to you. Don't worry, Blake, I got the URL. I'm gonna message that to Bryce right now. Bryce, I'm gonna hit you up over on X. I think that went through. Yeah, there we go. Just sent that over to you. It's just Biscuit says, send me your bank details. Be careful. All right. So Collector of Souls. Let's take a look at this horse. We're just going to refresh the page. Glad we got that sorted. Your information has been sent to the Photo Finish team, Blake. Congratulations. I am so happy for you. Blake, how big is your stable? Do you have any non-trainer horses? I mean, I guess we could just take a look at it. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, you've got 71 races entered. Love to see it. You've got some horses in there. Very exciting. Love that. Love that. Love that. Love that. All right. Then we're going to pull up Collector of Souls. Whoa. Too many keyboard shortcuts here, chat. Too many keyboard shortcuts. We're going to get you right back on that stream. All right, so Collector of Souls. All right, race today, raced yesterday. We're going to pull that up. All right, Collector. Okay, so. All right, we're here. We're here. We live. Started just around Christmas. Been buying a bit. Oh, congratulations. That's awesome. That is awesome. Okay, so let's get the grade filter in. Let's do the injuries again, just to clean up some of these charts. Looks like we've got 14 out of your 16 races in here. All right. So I'd be curious to see. Ooh, was it Grandpa's who sent this over? No, it was Flat Rollout. Flat Rollout. What do you think your preferred distance is? And tell me why. All right, so I don't see win. I see a low podium. I'm seeing reds. I'm seeing reds in a lot of different places. 2, 1.5, and 1.5 as a personal pref maxi. I don't love that. That doesn't mean it's a bad horse at first glance. It's an RDF A+. So, okay, you've been running on RD. You've been running at multiple distances. I'm seeing a trend there. You see 2 claiming, A lot of stakes. Interesting. So let's get rid of the claiming just to see we're at 0.21 minus 17,000. Blake got the cake. That's right. Yes, absolutely. Ons, I love that. I got to shout out Ons right here real quick. You're always happy to welcome a new horse into a barn, even if you have 300. All great emotions in this game. Absolutely right. Absolutely right, Ons. Love that. Love that comment. Comment to the stream. Okay, we get rid of claiming. Again, we've got some small sample size. Oh, geez, I don't like you at long distances. Again, I'm seeing kind of a trend going up here. So I think kind of in the beginning is where those sprinter distances are maybe where it's best. If you look at 4, yep, 25, okay, heavy there. You've got some small sample sizes. I'll say that. But yeah, I don't. You got a 50% podium rate, but you're not profitable yet at 4. So if we dial in this at 4, I want to see what types of races you're entering at 4, and then what your track preferences have been at 4. You've done well on soft, which is so silly. 57, okay, and you're hitting a 57. You're matching the benchmark, but not doing as well. So I'd stay out of benchmark. You've only done stakes. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. I would look at, like those sprinter short distances, handicap allowance, see what's there. I don't love it. I don't think it'll be profitable. But again, if you want to race, not financial advice, check that out. I'd be curious to see what that looks like. Because you're right about average there for the grade, and you're above average on the speed. Avoid the benchmarks. And see what comes of that if you want. I'm not going to guarantee you any money at all. But it's just kind of a curiosity. Trailblazer says, let's fucking go. Grandpa's Do It Better says, very nice horse. Haratoga with the emote. Love it. Goat emote. Flat Rollo, congrats. Large Storm. Yeah, again, just love the support. Love the support. I had success at 4, but bad fleet figures. Better at fleet figures came at 6, so I kept racing in sprints. Wasn't sure if I should try other distances. Yeah, I can't say for certain, and I won't say for certain. But yeah, that's just kind of my eyes where they go, and I'm not going to guarantee anything, but that's kind of where things could be. Good luck. Whatever you decide to do, good luck. All right, chat. Well, we've been at it for over an hour, about an hour and a half now. Appreciate you all for tuning in. Thank you so much to all the new followers. My content's a mix of both edutainment, as the great Fib likes to say, where we're talking about horses, talking about performance, talking about new features, new discoveries, and also interviews. And if you like interviews, I really highly encourage you to follow the sponsor of tonight's stream, JG Web 3. He hosts Twitter Spaces, or X Spaces. Drop him a follow. I'm putting his information in chat. And he is such a great host. You get a lot of information, a lot of great opinions. He interviews some of the biggest names in the game. If you like interview content, you want to learn more about photo finish, I highly recommend you check out JG Web 3 Stable Star Series. Give him a follow. He is a great guy. Thank you so much, all of you, for tuning in tonight. This has been great. And I will see you next week. Everyone, have a great week. No matter where you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening.